Today we're we're making a post for the basement. We dropped the tree, it had a nice long base to it. So then we sliced off one side, a second side, and now I'm slicing off a third side, and then I'll flip it and slice off the fourth side. And then later on, I'll put it inside, let it dry slow so it doesn't crack too much. And then later on, take a hatchet and even it up more and make it look like it's handmade. It'll be a nice solid post for the basement. Okay, now that we have the post cut out, roughed out, we're going to, even though it's not perfectly square, that's okay, because what we'll do is when we hatchet it off, we'll even it out more. It'll look much better. Plus we'll put 45s on the corners. So for now we're going to load it in the truck, we're going to put it in the basement and let it slowly dry. Here I'm going to square off one of the ends. So I'm taking something long to find out which side is the straightest, and this side seems to be pretty good. And then I'm just going to lay my square on here. It's not a perfect situation, but all we need is to be fairly correct. And I'm going to put a mark on here. And then I'm going to go down the side also, so that when I'm cutting I can kind of get a good idea if I'm going straight. And now I'm just going to lay this on here. Handsaw it down through, staying as straight as I can. Just get my line across. And then start going down through. And just keep an eye on both of them. This is our white ash log that we had cut for a post. You can see the chainsaw marks on it. We have a fairly straight side, and then we drop off here a little bit. Plus I had cracked on this end, but it turns out we only need, that would be okay anyways, but we need a 76-inch piece about, which takes us, if we start on that end, takes us to about here. So we don't even really have to worry about that. Now you can see I've already started doing it with a hatchet, and I'm putting a little 45 on the edge here. So basically we can all we want to do is take off enough so it looks hand-hewed, and we're kind of going down and then it's breaking out like that. So you definitely want to not have anybody over there and stay on this end of it. And if it's not flat, we're just kind of taking more off this side. To level it out more. And then we'll take our 45 off. Just to add some more character. And you can do it for a bit and then take a break. And if we come over here, I'll show you the black walnut and the maple that we already did. This is a black walnut that we had taken, a tree that someone wanted down, and I cut it with a chainsaw and then hand did it with a hatchet. And we needed extra support here, and we put a stone underneath it to give it more of a base. And we had to concrete this because when we jacked up here, the floor wasn't strong enough. If you're worried about not having enough strength, you can take out a whole bunch, concrete a pad in, and then do it. But in this case, we already have posts, and instead of 2, we're going to have 4. If you look over here, this is where the maple is. This is a hard maple, a tree we took out. It was about this big, cut it off. Of course, it's not perfectly straight, but we hand hewed it with a hatchet. It's got the good rough look. We put a stone underneath, a couple on top, and together with the other 2, it's going to give us a lot more support.